Hello students, and we're going to take a look at binomial products. This is when one binomial multiplies another binomial. So this uses the distributive property, and we've got this nice mnemonic here, FOIL. So FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, last. So I'm going to show you, using the distributive property, what happens when we multiply two binomials together, and I'll show you some quick ways to go about doing it on your own. So remember that the distributive property says that this part is going to multiply everything inside here, but also this part's going to multiply everything inside here. So if we take a look here, our first term times our first term, outer terms multiplied together, inner terms multiplied together, and the last terms multiplied together. So really, x is multiplying everything inside of here, and 1 is multiplying everything inside of here. This is our first, outer, inner, last. So let's see what we get. So x times x, well, that gives us x squared. And now let's do our outer, x times 2. Well, that's going to be 2x. Our inner, 1 times x, well, it's just 1x. And then we've got our last terms. 1 times 2 is 2. And collecting like terms, we'll get x squared plus 3x plus 2. So I'm going to show you this question again, rather than using the FOIL method, using the table method. So what we do is we set up our two binomials, the first one just across the top, the second one vertically, and we're just going to multiply to fill up these squares. So for this box here, we've got x times x, so this gives us x squared. 1 times x gives us 1x. 2 times x gives us 2x. And 1 times 2 gives us 2. Adding everything together here, what we're going to get is x squared plus x plus 2x plus 2. And collecting like terms, x squared plus 3x plus 2. So I'm going to give you an example here I want you to try on your own. So in this case, we've got 3x minus 2 multiplied onto 2x plus 4. So I want you to pause the video and use whichever method you like. So what we find is using the FOIL method, with our first terms being multiplied, we'll get 6x squared. Our outer terms being multiplied, 12x. Our inner terms being multiplied, we'll get negative 4x. And our last terms being multiplied, we'll get negative 8. And this will leave us with 6x squared plus 8x minus 8. So let's try the same problem now, but using the table approach. So here's the setup for our table. Our first binomial across the top, our second binomial written vertically, and we're going to multiply to fill in these boxes here. So what we find is with this first box, we get 6x squared. With this one, negative 4x. Here, 12x, and here, negative 8. Adding these terms together, we get it simplified to 6x squared plus 8x minus 8. So here's a more challenging example. Again, they're just binomials, but this time we just have to be careful with our x terms. So once again, pause the video and try this out on your own. So using FOIL, we'll get 8x cubed minus 10x to the power of 5 minus 12x squared plus 15x cubed. And here we have two like terms, both of our cubed. And in general, what we do is we write our polynomials in decreasing degrees. So we're going to start with our highest degree and then work down. So we'll find that we get negative 10x to the 5 plus 23x cubed minus 12x squared. So one last example here we'll squeeze in. So we're going to try out this one. This is kind of the most general case, a plus b times c plus d. Once again, pause the video and give yourself a shot. So what we get is ac plus ad plus bc plus bd. And notice that we can't collect any terms because no two variables match exactly. All right, and that is multiplying binomials.